Hey there, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to CBS Sports HQ, presented by Verbo. I'm Jacqueline D'Agostino alongside Brandon Baylor. Happy holidays, everyone. It is Week 16 in the NFL. The playoffs are not completely set in stone. We have some spots that are still up for grabs. But Brandon, you know something that is completely set? The Pro Bowl rosters.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl rosters came out Wednesday night, and naturally we have questions about who's getting in and who's out of the mix. And somebody is missing when you look at those rosters, Jackie. I'm trying to put my finger on it. Let me think about it. It's the co-host of what? All Things Covered, Patrick Peterson, join us here. And Pat P, a little birdie told me you got something to say. I have to ask, do you feel like you were snubbed a little bit? You're laughing, but I'm just curious.
Oh man, that's how my teammates feel, but I do feel like I was a little bit, but the league is definitely trending in a younger direction. I guess they said I had enough, so want to share the wealth a little bit, But if you look at it, my numbers stacked up with the best of them, So it is what it is at this point. I'm playing for a much more important bowl at this point in my career.
Okay, I like that. I'm curious, though, if you were to get in as an alternate, will you take that option as well?
No.
Okay, that works. I'm not mad at that. Respect on that. Of course, all this coming out before that historic win that you guys pulled off not too long ago. And your head coach, Kevin O'Connell, actually gave you credit for something you said at halftime. I want you to take a listen to your coach, what he said about that message to the troops.
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick Peterson, I'll never forget it as long as I live. I walked out to address the team before we went back out there, and I just overheard him walk over towards the offense, said, "We're going to get stops. You just need 5 touchdowns. That's nothing." And it was a nice little, moment for me to lead right in off of, and I said, "Pat, you're exactly right."
Pat P, kind of take us back to the halftime speech there. Was it Any Given Sunday, or were you more like TD Jakes there? Like, shed a little light on what you said to those guys at halftime there.
I was more of a TD Jakes style, being much more of a prophecy, So having the opportunity just to help the guys see the light. Obviously we dug ourselves in a very, very deep hole, but at the same time, I understand the power we have on the offensive side of the ball to be able to put up points. And like I said, defensively, we was getting stops all game. So we're going to go out there and continue to get stops. All you guys have to do is score 5 touchdowns. That's it. And those guys took that message to heart and went out there and got the first one. Then the second one came, third, fourth, and fifth, and the 2-point conversions. Next thing you know, we end up winning the biggest NFL comeback, completing the NFL biggest comeback in history.
Yeah, Greg Joseph there sealing a deal for you guys with that 40-yard field goal to win it. You see it there against the Colts on your own turf there. 10 one-win wins and 4 10-point fourth-quarter comebacks when it comes to you and the guys there in Minnesota. I'm curious now, 10 wins on the season, NFC North crown. When you think about it, what's been the key for you guys kind of blocking out the noise and maybe the haters and doubters out there so far?
Just finding a way to go 1-0 after each and every week. We understand that this is
all right, I think we lost Pat P there for a second, but of course going into it, talking about that NFC North crown that they have secured there, the number 2 seed in the NFC picture, and you see it right there. The Giants also in there. Outside of interesting to see, but back to Pat P. He's back with us. You were just talking about there, kind of blocking out the outside noise a little bit.
Way to go 1-0 after each and every week. We understand, as the season goes on, we want to continue to prime ourselves for the playoff run. Once we get in the playoff, we know all bets are off, and it's pretty much a season starting over. So we're gearing up ourselves for that. We're in a great position right now, playing against another quality opponent in the New York Giants who have playoff implications as well. So it's going to be a great game for us to help propel us for the future.
Speaking of blocking out the doubters, that's what Justin Jefferson, your wideout there, has done since he's gotten into the league. Chasing a guy you know very well, Megatron, with most receiving yards in a single season. You saw Calvin Johnson back in the day quite a bit. What do you kind of remember about those matchups with 81 a little bit here?
Man, just how physical it was, because I was obviously had the opportunity to go up against Calvin each and every snap. So, and it just wasn't just playing 7 yards off, 5 yards off. It was in his face each and every down. And And that's a battle in itself, you know, especially as big as he is, you know, 6'6", 215, 220, can run a 4.3 and can pretty much catch the ball wherever the ball is thrown. As you can see, I thought my man Carlos had an interception on that one, but it ended up going through both of us. But for the most part, man, those are great battles that we had the opportunity to go up against, and, you know, known as some of the league's greatest.
His record has been standing for quite some time. But back to Jefferson, what have you noticed about his preparation as he continues to chase history? By the way, he can get it done. You got 3 games left. All he needs is about 114 to get it. What have you seen from him this year?
Man, just his ability to block out, you know, not only block out the noise, but just being true to himself. You know, I believe that's the biggest props I can give him, you know, not letting the success or the accolades go to his head. You know, he's the same Justin I remember when he was 11 years old. I know that I say that so much, but it really is it's true. You know, he haven't changed a bit, you know, so just to see the head that he have on his shoulders is remarkable, and not letting anything really go to his head. So the success that he's having it's no shock to me. You know, I'm just extremely proud and happy to see that his career is starting off this way, and I can't wait to see how it's going to end.
I was going to say it's just the grill and the gritty that he's brought to the league. That's basically took him a step up there.
For the most part.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all right. You went TD Jakes there as well. That's cool. Let's get into the MVP conversation here, because in the mix, you got to talk Jalen Hurts. You had a chance to see him early this season. Right now, is he the MVP for you?
Right now, you have to say he probably is the MVP. Just the performances he's able to put up week in and week out, the team success that they have right now, and he, quite frankly, you know, he's the guy that make that team go. I know they have a very sustainable defense, but, you know, he's the guy that's he's touching the ball every single time, and he's not making any poor decisions. He's putting the ball where it needs to be, getting the guys in the right play call, you know, and having a great running attack. Really, a complimentary running attack is really something that's, you know, pretty much helping him flourish as a quarterback. You know, so to me, I believe he is right now the MVP. But if he don't play a couple games, I think that might hurt him, because Patty Mahomes is playing at a high level as well.
Of course, there's a chance he won't play against the Cowboys. That's been reported this week, but he's his second favorite. As you mentioned, Patrick Mahomes is there. Joe Burrow, that's been lighting up in Cincinnati. And, of course, Josh Allen, who was a preseason favorite there. I want to look at the NFC playoff picture. Outside of that top 4, right in your own division, you got the Lions that's been moving up. The Commanders are there as well. The Packers, they have an outside chance. But who are you paying attention to most here?
I mean, all of those guys. This is a possibility that we can play one of the teams that we already played this season. You know, just seeing how everything could unfold with the Commanders, with the Giants. You know, that we could possibly play those guys twice. And you got Seattle that's in the hunt. You got the Lions who's in our division. So it's going to be obviously coming down. It's going to be a close race, finished for that 7th spot. But, you know, quite frankly, we can play one of the teams that we already played through in the season already.
All right, Pat P is always breaking it down. I appreciate you shedding a little light on there on everything from Minnesota, and also the matchups there with Megatron and also Justin Jefferson. Yeah. A lot of people forget you guys got a long history from LSU and now playing on the same team in the NFL. Appreciate your time,
man. No worries. Go Tigers.
Exactly. And there it is. All things covered as usual. You can catch it with B-Mac. The guys always chopping it up as we head into, of course, those Christmas Eve games that will have playoff implications, not only for the Vikings, but others with the slate there set for tomorrow. But always looking ahead to the postseason, which is around the corner. Download and give them a follow.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.